I understand that the land around a lot of these parks is checkerboarded, and so some of it's BLM land, some of it is state land, and some is Navajo land. So how do you get everybody together on the same page on these things?
Well, that's a difficult thing to do. We all have to work together to preserve our cultural resources in New Mexico. So what we do is we open up a dialogue first with the BLM. When we go to lease now, we're plotting all these on a map, looking at them, saying, hey, is this within so many miles of a preservation site? And if it is, then we work with the Park Service, BLM, and Navajo Nation, not just Navajo, Bureau of Indian Affairs, wherever they're at. So we want to work with all entities involved. That's the secret to it, bringing everybody together and making sure we have those cultural sites preserved.
So is your office in the position to spearhead this kind of cooperation?
Well, absolutely it is, because that's what our mission in our state land office here is to generate revenue for our 22 beneficiaries, which is mainly education. And we want to continue to do that because every child ought to be offered a great education, an opportunity to have a good education in New Mexico. So we want to spearhead it so we can make sure we can do some trades with BLM. We've talked to Congressman Udall's office. He's ready and willing to work with us. Hey, let's trade out of this so we can get lands elsewhere. We can have production there and preserve it. So we want to spearhead it. That's why we're starting to plot all those on the map.
So are there other companies besides Cimarex that are involved in this?
No, Cimarex is the only one involved in Chaco Canyon. And we met with them yesterday. They came in my office and we worked out a solution. We're going to roll the money they have in those leases over to some other leases elsewhere when they buy them. I don't think they bought any yesterday. So whenever that happens, we'll be able to roll that money over into there and work on a couple of different sites.
So is there anything you'd like to say about this whole situation? Because this is sort of a unique thing in New Mexico, and you're the person who's kind of doing it. I want to give you an opportunity to say what it is you might want the folks to know about these things.
Well, first, I want to repeat our mission in the state land office. We were given 13 million acres of state trust lands in our Enabling Act 1910 by the federal government to generate revenue for educational system, and that's exactly what we want to do. But at the same time, we just don't want to do that solely by itself. We want to take care of our lands and our cultural preservation. So that's why we tie those two together. One, we have two functions. One is generate revenue for education. Second is take care of our lands. So as we take care of these lands, we want to make sure that we've been able to look at all these sites and say, hey, what is needed here? We're taking by case basis and make sure that we can plot them on a map and say what's in the way, what doesn't need to be there, what doesn't not to be there, what can we put there. So I think case by case basis is the way to go, and everyone wins on it. And it's a collaboration between BLM, us, and San Juan Alliance is up in that area. So we want to keep working with those people and make sure everything comes out a win-win situation.